In the criminal justice system, etiquette-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Social Behavior Unit. These are their stories.
Elizabeth is a young teenage girl in the Bennett household. She has 4 sisters, 1 older and 3 younger. Elizabeth and her sisters live in a small apartment in the poorer suburbs of New York with their mother and father. Elizabeth is extremely odd because she enjoys to read in her free time. Not many women would choose learning over flirting. She also takes many walks by herself anytime she decides. Even though it seems like she would be every man's last choice, she somehow managed to receive 2 proposals from high-class men.
My dearest Elizabeth, I know that we've not always been honest with one another. I want to change that right here, right now. I have loved you for a long time, but I've not always been able to admit my feelings. You are so intelligent, and you are not afraid to be yourself around me, which is one of the qualities that I love about you.
Darcy, where are you going with all of this? You never talked to me in this way.
I want you to be my wife. I want to live a life with you no matter what has happened in the past. It has always been you. I cannot suppress these feelings any longer. Elizabeth Bennett, will you marry me?
I'm afraid I cannot accept your proposal. My answer is no.
Are you serious? Why? What have I done that has made you not want me as your husband?
Well, just off the top of my head, you convey yourself as extremely arrogant and prideful. You sabotage my sister's relationship with her serious boyfriend by giving advice that was never asked for in the first place. You have lied to me in the past and tried to make me believe horrible things about other men. I just do not think I can get over all the issues we have been through. I refuse your proposal.
I cannot believe you are seriously turning me down when I have so much to offer and can provide for you in every way.
I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest. After all, that is what you said you wanted, right?
Elizabeth Bennett, you are under arrest for refusing the proposal of a wealthy man. This is your second offense after refusing to marry your cousin. Your other minor offenses include finding pleasure in reading and knowledge, walking long distances in the mud, and for your lack of urgency to marry. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Lydia Bennett is the youngest of 4 sisters. She lives with her sisters, mother, and father in an apartment complex in the suburbs of New York. Like most typical teenage girls, Lydia can be described as boy crazy. However, Lydia embodies the extreme definition of this term. She's been stalking several different military officers for weeks now, allowing time for nothing else but obsessing over men in Times Square. However, she has found herself caught up in a complicated relationship with one man in particular, leading her to make decisions that are irreversible.
We can't tell anyone about the past few nights. If the word gets out, it could ruin my family's reputation, and you know how crazy my mother gets.
We don't have to tell anyone just yet, but at some point you're gonna have to tell your family.
I've been interested in a few soldiers for a while now, and I've been watching them closely. Very closely. But your looks caught my attention more than the others. Given the opportunity to be with you for the past few nights, well, I just couldn't resist. Well, I better get going. I don't want anyone getting suspicious about where I am. Same time tomorrow?
See you then.
Lydia Bennett, you are under arrest for spending multiple nights with a man out of wedlock. Your other minor offenses include stalking countless military officers of low social status and threatening the status of your family by running away. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Miss Bennett is the mother of 5 headstrong daughters who take up the majority of her time. She obsesses over their whereabouts and micromanages all of their activities. In what free time she has, Miss Bennett complains to her husband about their daughters' inabilities to marry wealthy men. When things don't go the way she wants them to, she shuts herself in a room for many days, pouting and whining about the current problem. As we can see, Miss Bennett has many great qualities, but her best characteristic is her overbearing desire to get her daughters noticed by rich men.
Lydia, fix your gloves, please. You have to look more presentable than you look right now for the debutante ball. You are a hot mess. You have been given the opportunity to meet so many eligible men that are much wealthier than we are, and you must look good enough to be worthy of them. This is totally unacceptable.
Mom, I'm only 15. I don't even know why I'm here. Shouldn't Jane or Elizabeth be doing this instead of me?
Well, your sisters are hopeless. They're in their 20s and don't even have serious boyfriends. You are my last hope, Lydia.
But how will I impress any of the men at the ball when we don't even have enough money to hire a governess?
Lydia, how dare you talk about my choices as if you know any better than me?
Whatever, Mom. If anything, you'll just embarrass me in front of all the men and cause a huge scene. I'd be better off going to the debutante ball by myself.
Miss Bennett, you are under arrest for allowing your younger daughters to be introduced into society before your eldest is married. Your other minor offenses include not obtaining a governess to increase the societal status of your daughters and multiple circumstances of failure to properly conduct oneself in public. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.